you get your bottle refilled, but you also have the ability to make a rotation. Mira
could be in a bit of trouble here. We'll try and hold back the bear with the Hex. He's got the stick charges, but he's getting run down here by Arme. One more hit will do it. Can he close the gap? He can't. Oh, stun misses. That's going to cost him his life. Not the start there that Mira was hoping to have here in the grand finals. A whiffed ability, and that'll give up first blood to PSG.LGD.
Yeah, and Collapse isn't out of the woods quite yet. Is hungry.
They're in a bit of an awkward position now, Collapse.
Both No-Tail and Seb touched on it, right? You want to abuse the fact that LGD have no stuns. But because of how this bottom lane is played out, with the Naga lane constantly being shoved into the Lycan's tower, the other Titan hasn't really been able to abuse his laning phase presence.
Oh, look at this now. There we have it. Nice bit of micro from Faith Beyond. That'll grab himself a free courier.
Yep, here we go. First fight for the runes. Where is it going to spawn, top or bottom?
Let's have a look. It is going to be down bottom, and it is a DD. It's going to go straight into the bottom of Toronto Tokyo, so a very nice room for him to fight with, but already up top. Spirit, they'll lose Mira.
Yeah, it's a DD Toronto Tokyo, though. Let's see how he can respond back with it, because now you have a Pangolier with low mana, and he's going to be aware of it. So he knows that he can make a move here, and the Pangolier won't really be able to respond.
Yeah, this is an excellent move for Toronto Tokyo to find it. He's going to use it straight away. Goes aggressive. He's going to miss the Dissimilate, though. A couple of hits will do it. Can he quite close the gap? No, he's not going to be able to get the second hit in. Nothing to say, steps away. When you just look at the heroes that PSG.LGD have at their disposal, and you feel that Spirit, they're just not going to want to try and push into that tier 1 quite yet.
I think for Spirit, your expectation was to do slightly better in the lanes, but they haven't really been able to do so.
See, it's all right. Getting gone on here by the two of them, but the Rolling Thunder not quite ready again. Not quite yet. They'll get the glimpse back, but no further damage to come onto the Naga Siren, so he's out of reach of the Remnant. He's away. Space is there. Down bottom. Faith Beyond continues to push. The tier 1 to fall already here on Spirit's side of the map.
Yeah, I think this is the most shocking part of this early game, because I expected the Lycan kind of get zoned out by the Naga and the Naga Illusions to defend them, but
let's see if they can get Army. They've got 4 heroes working on him right now.
Ravage.
He has the ult up. He's on the retreat up to the high ground, but they'll be able to get in front of him, close off his escape. Spirit will finally be able to claim their first kill here in the first 10 minutes, getting themselves on the board.
Yeah, and this is a huge kill because it allows for Team Spirit to now start firing back and taking over this top lane area. They need this tower to fall. And meanwhile, this is the response you see from PSG.LGD. They rotate their heroes mid to try to force Spirit away from the top tower and force them to come defend their mid tower as the more valuable tower for the later Roshan.
And they're hitting these timings, PSG.LGD, no doubt about it, and Spirit just having to let them do so.
Knowing that your lanes haven't quite gone the way you wanted them to, they must feel like, okay, at some point now, once LGD gets items, they're going to come running at us.
Look at this shot, nothing to say. He's going to get the lead in onto Collapse. They'll drop the static sum as well, putting no chance of Collapse being able to return fire quite yet with a potential Ravage. Doesn't matter though, he's able to walk out to the side. They'll go for the glimpse back on him. He'll simply look for the TP out, and there's nothing to put a stop to it. Collapse, realizing his strength here.
Than it is on a hero that has 3,000 HP. So if you hit these heal item timings early into the game, that really enables you. And they've given Xingqiu the top lane to sit here and farm comfortably.
See down bottom, Wang, quite a dangerous position here. The side of the jungle had seen Spirit in Toronto Tokyo will be quick to put a stop to it. I think we're definitely going to see Yatoro start to increase the lead against Arme. Bottom lane, White, he'll drop the Static Storm, trying to save himself, but Collapse and Maposhka will run him down, take him out. Faith Beyond, he's looking to get involved in this with the backup of Nothing to Say being brought over by Xingqiu. They will get Maposhka. Can the three of them get Collapse? They're trying to commit their best onto him. They will leave the 2 cores behind as Xingqiu trying to let Nothing to Say and Faith Beyond finish the job, but they just can't. The damage isn't there. See Arme. It's going to start with a bit of a tickle onto Toronto Tokyo. The Remnant holds back the bear. Quick jump out with the steps. Nothing to Say, he's trying to close in. Does he want to keep diving underneath the tier 2? Maybe trying to get some vision for a setup from the Disruptor, but now Team Spirit, they're far enough away. Nothing to Say. We're going to hit with the Swashbuckler, the procs of the Maelstrom, nearly bringing him down, but Toronto Tokyo gets away on as low HP as he is. Collapse also able to TP out as there's nothing else to stop his escape. Team Spirit, they're able to avoid the move completely by PSG.LGD once again. Eyes on him throughout the whole tournament and performance of Spirit. Top lane setups there with a net. That's the mid gone. Nothing to Say. Going down Yatoro. Instant Song TP as he knows the response will be there from PSG.LGD. Gets out. They cannot catch him. Yatoro will continue to farm.
As you see, they're going to try to contest this Tidehunter. They know the Naga Siren is not present.
See what they can do about Collapse. Jump already in onto the Disruptor. They're looking to burst. Collapse, he's holding on to the Ravage for now. Static Storm's down. Collapse gets himself out of the side of the Ravage. Onto the 2 of them. They blow up Arme. It's 3 dead at the moment on PSG.LGD. Io also caught out. Xingqiu to fall.
as absolutely massive.
My goodness, it's just not happening. They're crumbling, they're falling apart. And Yatoro, he's just going to continue the glory. Mid lane, the setups there onto the Pango. Nothing to say, goes down. Ready to go. PSG.LGD, they have to find success here.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you take a quick look at Lycan before the fight breaks out, he's decided not to go for the wolf fight. They recognize that they won't be able to play the strat the way they intended for it to. So he's going to be building up some damage items as well.
Smoke will dispel here on Toronto Tokyo. Same to be set for PSG.LGD. They know that both teams are waiting here up to the side of the river on the respective edges. And now, Arme, he's going to sneak into the Roche, start to try and take it out here.
Yeah, for the first time in this game, they've been allowed to take back the Dire jungle and try to apply some pressure to Roche. So I expect Team Spirit also recognize that, you know what, we've given up the Dire jungle. What would LGD do with that? Well, they would go to Roshan. So
Let's see Spirit check this out. Arme's going to slow it down a little bit. The Spirit's coming in. They know that they know. Stop in. Onto the IO. They're going to lead in. There's the jump straight away. They're looking to burst through the IO. And the ranges to fall into the hands of Arme. Arme's able to get the Roche kill, get the Aegis. They get the Static Storm down. The Rolling Thunder has won. They've controlled Toronto Tokyo. But he's out with an Astral Step. Toronto Tokyo actually makes it out of there. Dissimulate as well. PSG.LGD may have got the Roche. They may have got the Aegis. Toronto Tokyo will still go down as Faith Beyond was able to wrap around and find him.
yeah, both teams just are reading the map really, really well. And I think Spirit, this play that they've done has been so effective throughout all the tournament. But you know LGD's done their homework.
They're going to spot Collapse around. Glimpse back with Blinks there. Collapse breaks the combo, the setup. Instantly going to go for the TP out. If they got anything to put a stop to it, they do. Straight away, they're able to get the setup onto Collapse. He'll look to run, but the damage is done. PSG.LGD, they catch and kill off the Tide. See if they find the setup. They've got the Hex. They're going to look to jump in. Static Storm's going to be put down from Y. Stops the backup coming in. Still though, is it the burst enough? It is. They take down Arme. That burn for the Bloodthorn, it's enough to send the bear back to base.
Do you relocate Arme out as soon as he gets hexed? Because Spirit has now proven to you that we have the abilities to burst your heroes. As Y is also in trouble.
It should be another one. It's definitely another one, Yatoro. Target to target and over towards the mid. The BKB having to be popped by nothing to say. See if Yatoro's got the setup. He has. There's the initial route. See if they've got any further follow-up here. The relocate. They'll take him out. They've got to keep nothing to say safe.
Yeah.
Get him away from Team Spirit. As Team Spirit, they're pushing down the mid onto another tier 2 tower.
Nice play by Faith Beyond. Tanks that Aether Remnant with one of his wolves.
With the timer, they know it's going to be around the point where PSG.LGD are going to be checking out that Roche pit, looking for the respawn. Spirit, they're heading over to try and do something about the presence. They're going to jump straight in on the Xingqiu, burst with the finger. As the IO goes down, no buyback. Xingqiu cannot get back into this fight. Nothing to say, has to roll out with the Thunder.
And remember how much we talked about how badly you want this for LGD. It doesn't even matter if the Sagas comes to use for Yatoro. They just want to make sure that PSG.LGD doesn't get it. And this is the only shard, Aghanim shard, that has dropped from Roshan throughout the entire game. So that's 1,400 gold that now Arme is going to have to spend for himself.
I mean, it just goes to show how solid of a position that Spirit are in where...
And here we go.
It's time to look at that fight, PSG.LGD. Execution has to be immaculate.
Yeah, they're scouting with the wolves. They're getting the info they want.
They're looking to try and start to collapse, but Collapse is able to blink away from the lead-in. They'll turn their attention over towards Yatoro, but with the instead looks to hold him back. Nothing to say, is able to get out of it. As they'll get the Static Storm set up onto the Naga Siren, but the illusions, they're just forcing back Y. Swashbuckle's going to miss. I mean, Yatoro, he's barely been scratched. He's back up to full HP. PSG.LGD, they're able to run back at base, but Collapse. He's in with the Ravage onto the two of them. Silence down onto Arme. Pop the BKB. Turn towards Toronto Tokyo, but they cannot stay for this fight. They've got to get back to the high ground, back to the base. As PSG.LGD have to charge back to the safety of their high ground as quickly as they head out. Collapse. He's going to look for the setup here outside of the base. Another BKB force. Faith Beyond trying to head back to the safety of his teammates. The ensnare locks him down. The illusion's starting to go to work. Remnant left in the position. They drag it back with a splinter into the finger. My goodness, the Lycan gets absolutely destroyed. And Toronto Tokyo's not done. Diving up to the tier 4s, committing with the dissimulate. He's trying to go for Xingqiu. Will die underneath the towers, but he's got the Aegis. He's ready for round 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the micro decision making from...
Just trying to clear out these illusions now. It seems all but impossible. The Rex dying, the melee Rex will fall. They get the jump on Yatoro, but they've already lost Y at the start of the action. BKB from Arme, he's trying to stay on target, but Yatoro is able to sing their way back to safety. and now he's ready to go back in. The song ends. Toronto Tokyo, BKB up, jump over with the remnant, grabs back the answer. Arme disappears in a matter of seconds. GG to fall as well. GG is called. And my goodness, what a buttery smooth start to the grand finals here for Team Spirit.
Oh,
They couldn't have played this any better, Aiden. This is how you dream of entering a grand finals at the International.
Yes, absolutely. Everything they're doing, they're firing on all cylinders. Their macro understanding of the game, how LGD might try to sneak out of base, they're in position to cover it. And then once that fight happens, they're immediately ready to respond in the right way.